Action Man is a CGI series made by Mainframe in 2000. It is a series that is near and dear to my heart, because being a fan of that show led to me meeting my now closest friend. The animation is decent for its time, and although a little corny, I feel it never got the attention it deserved. So, join me as I show you this forgotten series. The intro song fits well for the content of the series and doesn't take up too much time. Interestingly enough, I did find 2 other songs with the title Action Man, so let's compare how their intros could have been.
Action Man is here. Action Man is here. On land, at sea, and in the air, in action everywhere. Tough and fearless, he's a fighter.
Another world, but evil's got no chance. The brave hearts will win at last.
So here in the first episode, we get the basic introductions from the setting to the characters that the series will evolve around.
As we head into the final round of the Acceleration Games, Alex Mann, the Action Man, takes an early lead in the rooftop road rage. But longtime rival Brandon Kane quickly closes the gap.
After Alex and Brennan are introduced, Alex's team is next, with a fairly fluid exchange that has them addressing each other by name.
That's beautiful! Work the camera, baby!
As if posing for pedestrians!
You mean like Ricky?
Cheap shot, Fidget! Speaking of cheap shots, how about aiming yours at the drop zone?
Hey! No harshing on the vid. I am a sensitive artist. Right, Grinder?
I feel your pain.
I'll note here that while Brennan and Alex are clearly on separate teams, they apparently collaborate on bantering, demonstrated here by Grinder setting up a joke
I also feel flowing water.
that's finished by Brandon.
Now that's a ride!
As in straight down the toilet!
Of course, because this is supposed to be an action series, it's time to act. Brennan decides he's sick of losing and decides to try a risky maneuver.
The finish! It's suicide! You're gonna get us all killed!
And it fails, putting everybody in danger. The helicopters are bound together. Alex's quote is cut while the other half is tangled in the other helicopter's rotors, which then threaten to slice Fidget in half. This kind of disaster is exactly what is needed to unlock Alex's special ability, which is later explained to be a mathematical process to determine the best course of action. In other words, his superpower is math, which is a fairly original idea.
Oh, this isn't happening. This isn't happening. This isn't happening.
The only other example I know of is Ladybug's power from Miraculous Ladybug, which came out years later in 2015. After Alex saves everybody's life, Brandon is in the hospital from an injury, and it is here that we are introduced to Dr. X, the big bad of the series.
Secret admirer?
It's addressed to both of us.
funny. It wasn't me.
The manner of this introduction foreshadows the depth of X's sinister goals and use of technology more advanced in the civilian world.
Please forgive the cheap theatrics, but I wish to contact the two of you as discreetly as possible. You may refer to me as Dr. X.
You sure this isn't a joke?
I'm quite serious, Mr. Kane. We three share a common goal. Pushing human potential to its fullest. Sadly, we are all subject to some form of physical limitation. I'm here to offer you two an upgrade.
Forget it, Doc. We don't enhance.
Alex resists the temptation of X's offer, while Brandon...
You think Dr. Frankenstein's Robobug got social with anyone else here?
I don't know. Ever since that weird head flash in Paris, I feel like I'm being watched.
Brandon! I can't believe it. Great to have you back, bud. Great to see you too, Alex.
Pretty aggro stride for a guy with a bum leg.
No crew? No sponsors? Who's he got backing him?
I wonder.
does not.
Brandon Kane breaks out, working the course hard. And as we hit the first transition point, Brandon Kane is not slowing down. Even without a backup crew, he's pressing forward effortlessly into the speed climbing leg. Action Man's Team Extreme fighting hard to make up for lost time. But we all know this is a test, not only of strength and speed, but endurance. And this race is far from over.
Brandon revels in his enhanced strength, unaware of the side effects it seems to have.
How does it feel to get taken to school by your old rival?
The way he shredded out there, it's an honor to survive.
Why you talking to him, huh? He's the loser. Loser!
Whoa. 2 words, Brandon. Decaf?
Yeah, well, I hope you like the shade, girly man, because from now on, guess what? You're living in my shadow.
Okay, you won. The sponsors notice. You don't have to go out ballistic.
Well, you think this is about the money? No way, man. I do this for the rush.
Just you and me now. You can drop the pose. What did that Dr. X guy do to you?
What are you talking about? Nothing.
You are way over the line aggro, man. Don't tell me that's nothing.
You want aggro, man? I'll show you aggro.
Come on, Brandon. This isn't you.
Until something unexpected happens.
Warning. Subject's adrenaline level beyond capacity. Cyber implants overloading.
Alex, while alarmed at this unexplained transformation, remains calm while trying to reach his friend.
I know you're in there, Brandon. What do you say? We both just relax and try to work this out.
Of course, it fails. The team, responding to a call for help, rush over in the plane. Alex attempts to escape, but Brandon not only prevents that, but also causes the lift car to break off its hinges. And because it's an action show, we now have the two sliding down the mountainside. Car skiing? Car boarding? This needs its own term. An avalanche starts, Alex and Brandon get knocked off, and now are bodies sliding behind the car, hanging to a rope ladder. Brandon is slammed into a tree, leaving Alex all by his lonesome. Alex intentionally triggers its ability.
Check it out. Dial it in. Amp it up.
Which leads him to swing around the car, grab Brandon's glider back, and soar to safety. The concluding scenes show X making notes to himself. A newscast seen Brennan survive the avalanche and was being taken to a hospital. And lastly, a group meeting in which the team slowly starts to realize that their normal life may be crumbling away. The episode ends with a note of mystery. And in review of the characters we've met in this episode, Alex is shown to be a charismatic and confident individual who cares for those around him. He seems to have a special friendship with Brandon, despite being competitors, as he publicly defends Brandon's initial bad decision.
I just want to wish Brandon a speedy recovery. Let's see you back on your feet real soon, bud.
Quite the gracious response to a guy who nearly got you killed.
Brandon just made a bad call, Nick. Could happen to any one of us.
And visits him in the hospital. Brennan himself seems to be the opposite, reckless in the race and antagonistic in the hospital.
Hey, you can always hang with my crew, till you're back on your feet.
And do what? Polish your trophies?
He is downright hostile in the later half of the episode, but that seems to be more of a result of his unstable implants. Grinder, like Alex, is a kind person. He is very empathic, being the only one to give condolences to Alex at the end.
Alex, mate. Sorry about Brandon.
Even though Brennan caused his own accident, Grinder can tell that Alex still cares about Brennan's well-being. Fidget fits the role of a tomboy girl, adventurous in keeping up with the boys, and is shown to be snarky.
Kiss up the suits on your own time. Issues much?
Vicky is a bit more level-headed, even though his main priorities are furthering the Action Man brand. His courage drops non-existent in stressful situations, and could even be seen as a coward.
I can't watch! That's it! We're street pizza, sidewalk sushi, hot flaming death, and a warm, chewy baguette!
Dr. X, who we already know is the main antagonist, is a mysterious figure who lurks in the shadows and spies on people with bug-shaped robots. And lastly, the mysterious voice, who first texts Alex alerting him to be aware, and then contacts him directly and yet still secretly.
Don't fight the adrenaline, Alex. Use it.
Who is this?
You triggered once before, Alex. You can do it again.
Wait, I know you.
Introductions later. Right now, just concentrate on your motto.
Check it out. Dial it in. Amp it up.
So, who were you talking to before you bailed?
You guys didn't hear another voice over the radio?
It is unclear at this point whether this is an ally or another enemy. I want to note that story editors of this episode, who will go on to edit several other episodes, Marty Isenberg and Robert N. Skur. The pilot was decent in story layout and character introductions, giving the viewers a taste of what is to come.